once again by Jack Eaton, who is going to be here.
I'm delighted to be here again. We have an outstanding presentation today.
Oh, we do indeed.
How about Bill Dundee? He's going to be here. We're also going to have Don Bass, and we're going to find out what happened.
That's right.
On the opening of this program.
That is going to be very interesting, the highlights of that Don Bass-Jerry Lawler match. Now, in this one, for those fans that don't know, Jerry Lawler had his hair, $5,000, and a new Corvette at stake. Don Bass had his hair, the Southern Heavyweight title, and Downtown Bruno leaving town. We'll show you highlights of that in just a moment. Also, we'll show you highlights of a cage match in which Bill Dundee was going against George Barnes. Interesting stipulations on that one, too. And we're going to have something for the first time ever.
Never before seen on television.
That's right. Wheel of Torture matches. And there's all the explanation. We'll tell you all about this coming up. If we're going to do that, we got a lot.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get going. We'll be back with Championship Wrestling in just a moment.
Let's go.
Just recently occurred at the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum as Bill Superstar Dundee was going against George Barnes. Now, in this one, there were stipulations. That is that Bill Dundee would have his hair on the line. Bill's never won a hair match. Here he comes right here. Let's talk to him a little bit about it. Also, his jumpsuits were on the line. And on the other side, George Barnes put up the title, the international title, and agreed to leave town for a year if he lost. Superstar, I see you still got a full head of hair. Congratulations to you, sir.
Well, thank you, Dave. You know, I don't know whether it's fate, luck, or whatever you want to call it, but the thing is, I won it. And and it was just a thing. It went way back further than I ever went with anybody else, because George and I had something to prove. You know, when you grow up with somebody, it doesn't matter how good friends you are, you always wonder who the toughest is. And George come over here like he wanted to go back 10 years in time. And I told him, I said, George, you can't go back 10 years, brother. You got to do it today. He said, no, I want to beat up Jerry Lawler. I wanted to beat him up 10 years ago. I want to do it today. I said, no, I ain't doing that. If you're going to do it, you're on your lonesome. Next thing I know, he wants to punch my lights out. Well, that was fine. Then it all came down. He wanted to humiliate me or do whatever he wanted to do. It never happened, brother. So I went back to my childhood back then last Monday. And George, I always figured I was tougher than you. I knew it was better looking than you, and I always figured I was tougher, and I proved it there last Monday. And I just got to thank all them people out there, because you are one tough dude, Barnes. And when you got me down, and they got to go, and you go, Bill, go, this little American Aussie got up and went, and I got the belt. Now he went Pan Am back to Australia. So that's all I got to say, Dave. It may sound a little bit of braggadocious, but somebody else said, what was the toughest match you ever had? Well, there's a tape of this match, and I think you're going to play it, right?
That's right.
And this one's right up against the Lawler-Dundee deal. Because when I fight Jerry Lawler, it's as tough as they come, brother. But I got to put this one with Barnes last Monday as tough as they come. So if the man presses the buttons, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Well, let's take a look at it. It occurred in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Mid-South Coliseum.
Barnes caught Dundee as he came in. Barnes and Dundee, one of the most successful teams of all time. When Barnes came back to be his partner, he saw that there was a conflict there. Dundee goes up for the kill. Oh, Bill misses. Dundee goes down.
George just got overconfidence or I just got lucky. It doesn't really matter. I still got my hair, and he's gone. Now, there's something else I'd just like to say before I leave you. I'm looking forward to this Wheel of Torture. They've got some pretty girl that's going to come out here and spin the wheel, and the superstar loves pretty girls. We see you, pal.
All right, Bill Dundee, the superstar, still has his hair, and he has the international title, too. He mentioned it. We're going to be back to tell you more about it in just a few minutes. We're talking about the Wheel of Torture. We'll take a break. Championship Wrestling coming up Wednesday night, the 16th in Evansville. I'll tell you about that card in just a moment. It's going to be Wheel of Torture night there. First, a reminder, on Thursday the 17th in Olynyk, Indiana at the Olynyk Community Center. You save $1 on tickets in advance. And on Friday, September 25th, Madisonville, Kentucky, Browning Springs Middle School for Championship Wrestling action. In Evansville, Wednesday night, the Wheel of Torture matches I mentioned to you. In these, Tracy Smothers will be going against the mighty Goliath. Smothers will be running through a 20-man belt line of fans if he loses. Goliath 10 lashes with a strap from Tracy. Gives you just an idea of the Wheel of Torture matches of the night. Billy Travis will be going against the Black Prince. Rock and Roll RPMs against John Paul and Jerry Bryant. It'll be Rocky Johnson going against Don Bass. Bass gets 10 hot shots from a cattle prod. If he loses, Rocky Johnson has to eat a can of dog food if he loses the match. Mid-America title match, Jeff Jarrett going against King Carl Fergie. Southern tag team title match as the Nasty Boys go against Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka. International title match, Dundee against Big Bubba. All of them Wheel of Torture matches Wednesday night in Evansville. And involved in one of those matches against Billy Travis, it's going to be the Black Prince. Here's a word or two from him.
Evansville, the only thing you got going for you is you got a distillery, Stroll beer. That's the stuff they have at the bottom of their left over, and they put it in a can and call it beer. But this time, I'm returning to burn. And let me tell you something, Billy Travis, you better have Scotty beating you up to the Starship Enterprise, because you're going to be in a world of trouble on God's good earth when you come to Evansville and mess with the Black Prince. Sucker, it's been a long time since I spanked somebody's butt, and it might as well be yours. Homeboy, you better walk down that aisle, and when you come, don't come like no lettuce. All head and no brain. You better be ready, sucker.
All right, Jack, we showed just the beginnings of this at the beginning of the program today.
Well, that Dundee was a heck of a match, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed. And the first victory in a hair match for Billy Dundee, but another cage match.
And this one's even better.
Yes, this is another interesting match, also from the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, in this one, it was Don Bass. Don Bass had his hair, the Southern Heavyweight title, and downtown Bruno leaving town, or leaving the area for 1 year, against Jerry Lawler, who had his hair, $5,000 and a new Corvette on the line. They put him in a cage. It was no time limit, no disqualification, and here's what happened. Watch that match.
And once again, Bass nails him. Some kind of object, I don't know what he had. He's choking him now at the 13-minute mark. Trying to pull Bass apart, that's almost an impossible task. That's 300 pounds. Oh! The referee goes down. The referee abused there. Big elbow. Shaken. Lawler trying to go to the ropes. Oh! Lawler misses at the 15-minute mark. 15 minutes half. 15 minutes half. Count of 1, count of 2, and Lawler kicks out. Memphis, Tennessee. And the Prince, the referee goes down. The Prince throws the guitar over. That's how Bass beat Lawler before. Oh! He nails him. You can protest anything you want to. You sue me. Yes, indeed. A lot less hair. Here he comes, right? Come on. Who's got any more of that? Where's any more? No. Where's Reggie Hale at? No. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hey, baby, you see what I've done there? He stole my belt. He stole my hair. Everything in there. Dave's going to turn around, Prince. I'm going to bring somebody next. I'm going to kick somebody's butt. I'm going to kill him. You see what happened down there, did you? He stole my belt, the greatest champion ever been. The greatest Southern heavyweight champion ever been. They stole my belt. All his friends come down, stole my guitar, go over to the ring and hit me on the head with it, huh? Look at my head. I'm going to kick the butt right now. Don Bass headed for the ring. Referee says, Bass is going to fight a guy named David Wilson. Wilson weighs 182 pounds and Bass weighs 300 and heaven knows what. If I were Wilson, I think I'd get out of there. David Wilson. Boy, great Scott. A terrible position to be in. There's a cover. 2, 3. That's the match right there. That's the match. The match is over. The time on it is like 11 seconds. 11 seconds of that. What Bass doing? He's got a pair of scissors in there cutting Wilson's hair. Come on. They can't do that. That wasn't a hair back. Head up. That's the worst thing I ever saw. Don Bass with a pair of scissors. The Prince is holding David Wilson. Wilson never had a chance. Bass beat him in 11 seconds. Now we go. Now we get back. Here's John Paul in to try to help out. Prince kicks him back out of the way. Greg Jones already lined. Scissors in there. Somebody can get him out. Now here's all the rest of the commission. They've got the doors blocked over there. They're holding the doors to keep help away. And Don Bass continues to cut David Wilson's hair in the ring. This is the worst thing I ever saw. John Paul and Greg Jones in there trying to help out. Not really able to. Here's Randy Hales out here.
And maybe he can, you know, threaten him with suspension or something to get him out of here.
Okay, now
the doors are open. Here come the Nasty Boys. And the King, Tracy Smothers, Dundee. King Carl Fergie caught out here on the floor. Tracy Smothers has him. Paul Diamond and Dundee going at each other. Dundee, look out, got a chair. There goes King Carl. Oh, Tanaka. Well, that finally got rid of the commission anyway.
poor devil in the ring, eh? Really?
Yeah, they're attending to David Wilson. Not only was he beaten badly in the match, I mean, he was given away. Well, Bass weighed twice what he did. 182 he weighs, and Bass weighs 301. And then Bass grabs those scissors from Prince and starts whacking at his hair. He gave him quite a haircut in there. Well, I tell you, thank goodness Lawler, the Nasty Boys, Billy Travis, everybody got here and got the commission out of here before more damage was done. Don Bass is the official winner of the match, 11 seconds the time on it, and then the haircut which followed. Right now, I tell you what, something very interesting coming up, so let me just say it's time for... The Wheel of Torture is right here. All kinds of things written on here, and we'll spin the wheel and we'll make all the selections for the matches that are coming up and all of that. First, though, before I do that, want to introduce you to the co-hostess of all of this right here. Say hello to Vanna Black. Oh, Vanna. Hello, Vanna. You're going to be spinning the wheel for us in just a minute, right?
Right.
Very good. So we'll have the participants in the matches come out here in just a few minutes, and Vanna will spin the wheel, and it will determine what their torture is in their match for the night. So it's coming up in just a few minutes, the Wheel of Torture. We'll be back with it. Don't go away. Action Wednesday night. Wheel of Torture matches coming up in Evansville. Opening match of the night, Tracy Smothers goes against the Mighty Goliath. Billy Travis against the Black Prince. It'll be the Rock and Roll RPMs going against John Paul and Jerry Bryant. In this one, if the RPMs lose it, they get 10 hot shots from a cattle prod each. If John Paul and Jerry Bryant win it, then it's 10 hot shots from the cattle prod for them. The Wheel of Torture matches. Rocky Johnson goes against Don Bass. Mid-America title match, Jeff Jarrett against King Carl Fergie. Southern title match, the Nasty Boys against Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka. And then an international title match, Bill Dundee puts the belt on the line against Big Bubba. It's also a torture match. If Big Bubba loses, he has to eat a can of dog food. If Dundee loses, he has to run through a 20-man belt line. It all comes up Wednesday night, Wheel of Torture matches in Evansville. Back again. The first match now has been made. The King has to run through a 20-man belt line of fans if all of his match comes up here, and we got things that we're going to be selecting here as we bring other people out. So let's do that right now. Let's bring them out here and let's make these matches. All right. First of all, let's bring out Tracy Smothers and Goliath. Let's see if we can find them out here. I want to get them out here and make the match.
Great Scott, here comes the whole crew.
Yeah, here comes the whole commission out here. All right, well, we'll do that. We'll just get everybody out, and then we'll just make all these matches at once. Here comes the Prince. Has brought his commission.
Great Scott.
Boy, we got a lot of folks
You're
here.
outnumbered.
All right, let's do this. Let's get the folks that are going to be in each match. Let's have Tracy. Randy Hale.
Let me break in, and this is directed at everybody out here. Now, we've signed these wheel of tortures. We're out here, and there won't be any kind of confrontation at all. We're here to spin the wheel.
Thank you.
Anybody that gets involved in any type of confrontation will be suspended.
Put your hair in a day and a week and rest of the guy.
Come on.
Okay, we're going to the following. Hey, you'll be suspended, too. You'll be suspended, too.
Come on.
We're going to have this wheel of torture here. No confrontations. No hats.
Anybody that gets involved is suspended. All right.
Take that hat off.
All right, Tracy Smothers, you're going against Goliath. Vanna, if you will, let's spin the wheel for Tracy's torture here in this match. Comes around to run through a 20-man belt line of fans. 20-man belt line of fans for Tracy Smothers. That's, Tracy, that's going to be it if you lose the match.
Goliath, you're a big, strong man, 6'9", 400 pounds. But you know that old saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And Hawk, you're going to fall like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, you're doing a lot, boy.
And these fans right out here, they're going to fire you up, big man.
I ain't going to lose. No way am I losing.
Wait a minute. Now, as I understand it, that's Tracy's torture right there. If he loses, if Tracy loses, he has to run through a 20-man belt line of fans. Let's see what happens to Goliath if Goliath loses. Vanna, you'll spin the wheel here again.
Shut up, people!
10 lashes with a leather strap for your opponent.
What is this? This is rigged. It is rigged. I ain't going to lose this.
No, it's not. That's just the way the wheel spins. That's it. If you lose, that's what happens to you.
Well, let me tell you something, Smothers. There's no way I'm losing. So you're going down. 1, 2, 3.
Goliath and Tracy Smothers. That's that match in the Wheel of Torture. Rock and Roll RPMs. Mike Davis and Tommy Lane will be going against John Paul and Jerry Bryant. First, the Rock and Roll RPMs. Mike and Tommy.
Go ahead. Let's see how good you can do, boys.
Vanna, spin the wheel for the Rock and Roll RPMs here. 10 hot shots with the electric cattle prod if you lose the match.
If we lose the match, you can do it. But I'm not getting hit in the rear with no cattle prod, Bryant. And Tommy's not either, John Paul. So you better get ready, because your butts are going to be blistered, boys.
For John Paul and Jerry Bryant, let's see what their torture will be should they lose the match. Oh, same thing. 10 hot shots with the electric cattle prod.
RPMs come Monday night. It's the first night that I've been back in 8 months. I've been sick for a long time. I have no intention of going down. And let me tell you something else. Me and John Paul come Monday night will be the closest thing to a tournament pass that you ever got, baby. Just reach in there and get you a little dose of JB and John Paul. You know what I'm saying. Come on, son.
Jerry Bryant, John Paul against Rock and Roll RPMs, and the loser gets 10 hot shots with the electric cattle prod. All right, next match going to be Rocky Johnson, the Soul Man, will be going against Don Bass. And Vanna, if you'll spin the wheel real hard here. Let's see, let's make this for Don Bass. He's the one that's been talking so much here.
Good, honey. I'll cut all the hair off.
Come on, Don. Come on.
Well, I'm going to cut her hair, too, man. Shut your mouth, puke.
Well, it stops again on 10 hot shots with the electric cattle prod. If you lose, that's what happens.
There's no way, baby. That greasy head right there can't be nothing.
Well, we'll see. Rocky
Let me
Johnson.
tell you something, fat boy. You can run your mouth all you want, brother. You had it all down to you, and you can look for it because you're going to get that hot shot, Big Daddy.
Yeah. Dennis, spin the wheel again real hard.
Because that don't mean no, never mind.
For Rocky Johnson's torture in this match. That's the dog food. If Rocky loses, If Rocky loses, he has to eat a can of dog food.
That's great. You see old nappy head there? When I get through beating me, go to eat all that dog food. And then I'm going to cut that old nappy hair. Hey, Prince, I'm going to cut that old nappy hair right off the head. I'll free the hair.
Don Bass goes against Rocky Johnson in that match. Mid-America title is going to be on the line. Jeff Jarrett will be going against King Carl Fergie. Now, not only is the title on the line, also the wheel of torture is in effect here, too.
On the line, and this spin is for who, me or him?
Well, I'll tell you what, let's make this for King Carl this time.
If he loses, this is his torture.
If he loses, this is what happens to him.
Come on, Banner, baby. Do the real king right. You're a lot better than that other Banner I know. Come on now. Give me a good spin, baby. You can do it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Run through a 20-man belt line of fans if you lose. If you lose.
If I lose, I run through a 20-man line of fans.
Yeah.
Banner, you got little sticky fingers over there with that will, but I ain't worried about that.
That royalty's going to be treated right when you get put down.
Let's spin for Jeff's torture now, all right, if he should lose the match.
Come on, dog food. Dog food. He looks like a dog. Come on.
Oh, my.
24 eggs smashed in your face by the fans if you lose, Jeff.
King Carl, all I can say is, boy, you better bring your best pair of boots and your best pair of tights, because it's going to, I guarantee it's going to be a cold day and you know where before I'm going to get eggs thrown in my face.
Jeff Jarrett, let me just say this. Jeff Jarrett. You're second-generation wrestler, rookie of the year, and you got a lot of good moves, my man. But let me tell you this. You better bring all your good moves with you, son, because that... Get out of my face, Dundee. I don't need you looking at me, because that Mid-America title is on the line, and you're going to have egg on your face when I get through with you, my boy. You can take it to the bank, okay? I won't let the Black Prince down in the commission for nothing at all.
Mid-America title is also on the line. Southern Tag Team titles will be on the line, too, in a Wheel of Torture match.
The Nasty Boys, there they are.
The Nasty Boys going against Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond. I suppose we should let the challengers go first here, so if we're...
Oh, man.
All right. For the Nasty Boys, this is their torture if they lose the match. If they lose the match, this is what happens to the Nasty Boys. Oh, they each have to eat a can of dog food, too. Guys?
I don't care what is on this wheel. For all I care, I'll take this wheel off and bust it over your head because we don't have nothing to worry about because we're not going to lose.
That's right.
Randy?
Dave, the way the contract was, each man in the match has to spin the wheel. So Diamond, Tanaka, and both Nasty Boys.
Okay. All right. So that was for Jerry then.
Okay.
All right. Eat a can of dog food, and now Brian also spins, so we could have two different tortures for the Nasty Boys here. All right. So this is for Brian Knobs.
Spin that, baby.
10 hot shots with that electric cattle prod.
I'm not worried because we're not losing, so I don't care what that thing says. But I might take the hot shots anyway after I whoop you because I love it, and I love pain.
All right, they're going for the Southern Tag titles. If they lose, Jerry has to eat a can of dog food. Brian gets 10 shots with the electric cattle prod. Now, Pat Tanaka, Paul Diamond, you are putting the belts on the line. If you lose the belts. And also, this is who wants to go first with a spin here.
It don't matter. I'll go first.
All right, for Paul Diamond. If Paul loses, eat a can of dog food.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's been 3 or 4 weeks, and they say they love pain. Well, we've been dishing it out, Dave, and nothing's going to be different this week. We're winning. They'll be eating the dog food, or they'll be getting their butt sore. You know what I mean?
All right, well, that's from Paul Diamond. Pat Tanaka. Let's spin for Pat and see what his torture will be if Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka lose the match and the belt. Be painted yellow from head to toe.
Dave, you really think I'm worried about it? Those Nasty Boys, they step in the ring with us every week, and they've never defeated us yet, and they never will. So you remember that, Nasty Boys. Let me tell you something. Step in the ring with Diamond and Tanaka, you'll never win.
All right, well, there it is. one more match we need to make a spin of the wheel for, and in this one...
Oh, see the ultimate torture up there on the wheel. You know, it's like dressing like Bill Dundee for a week.
All right, come on. Big Bubba goes against the Superstar. All right, Bubba, let's let Vanna spin for you, and let's see what happens if you lose this match.
Coming up Christmas, boy, they can hire you out, just stand in the corner like a big old Christmas tree. And I hope we wear the women's panties, because you're going to look funny in them, Daddy. Spin the wheel, baby.
Tell me, what's it like having a girl bigger than you are? Spin the wheel. Matter of fact, arms are a little bigger.
Well, it's the dog food again for you here.
Hey, well, let me tell you, it'd be just like eating over at Bill Dundee's house.
That's for Big Bubba.
Well, don't you worry about it, big boy. You come out here the last time I saw you, you was going to do this and you was going to do that, and you didn't do nothing, get beat. And that's exactly what's going to happen this week, punk. You're going to get beat. You're as big as a horse and twice as smart, boy.
Let's spin the wheel for the Superstar and see what his torch will be should he lose the match. And this one is going to be for Billy. Run through the 20-man belt line of fans.
Hey, do you think all them nice people's going to whoop this little Australian American? You're wrong, Big Daddy, but that ain't what's going to happen. What's going to happen, you're going to eat the dog food, punk, because this boy can't help you. And I'm saying boy with a capital B, Brick Health, Brown.
Let me tell you something, Bill Dundee. You can do a lot of talking and a lot of walking because you'll be doing a lot of running because there won't be wrestling me one-on-one, brother. And when you finish, you can go back and doing all your stand-in parts for the little rascal roles you did as a kid.
All right, the Wheel of Torture match is coming up. We'll be back right after this. In the ring right now, Greg Jones and Ed Maddox.
Together, they weigh 402 pounds. Maddox from Memphis and Greg Jones from Arkansas. They're going to be battling the Rock and Roll RPM. RPM is up on ringside right now. This match is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Rock and Roll RPMs are Mike Davis and Tommy Lane. And who's going to start? It looks like Ed Maddox will start for his team. Tommy Lane for his. And get the bell to ring here. We'll be in great shape. So Jerry Calhoun watches everything now. Great Scott.
Ed Maddox, boy, in trouble from the opening bell there. This Rock and Roll RPM team, a tough team. Boy, we've seen them in action here for some time now, and they are impressive every time they step in the ring. Don't like their tactics all the time. Matter of fact, most of the time. But they're tough. Might have been able to go for a 3 count there. We'll never know because Mike Davis picked him up. Maddox off the rope, upper arm by Tommy Lane. Here's a cover, might be. Yep, down to 1. Oh, look at this, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Head right into the bottom of both boots.
I don't think that's legal, but Calhoun apparently doesn't know it. I don't know. Boy.
Mike Davis drops down with the lower leg. He's using that leg to choke Ed Maddox. That's what he was doing. Referee did stop that. Tag made by the Rock and Roll RPMs. There they snap suplex by Tommy Lane, and Ed Maddox may have a tough time getting up from that one. Tommy Lane doesn't go for the cover. He was showing off for the fans here.
Boy, finally got a tag. Finally got one. This is Greg Jones out of Arkansas. And he's not doing a whole heck of a lot better than Maddox was doing.
Maddox and Jones just outmanned here, at least so far in the match. Jones took a shot to the rib cage there.
That's dirty pool, huh?
Yeah, he used the fist. No doubt about it. He just doubled it up and popped it. Snap suplex again.
Great Scott.
Flying clothesline by Mike Davis. Might be it.
Should. I hope it is.
Yeah. Count of 3. That's it. I think you got it right, Jack. Good thing there, too. As the Rock and Roll RPMs, Mike Davis and Tommy Lane get the victory here over Ed Maddox and Greg Jones. About 3.5 minutes the match went, and it was all rock and roll RPMs. Neither Maddox nor Jones were really able to compete with the rock and roll RPMs that much. We'll take another break. We'll be back with more in the ring in a moment.
Hey, here.
Keith Robertson, Keith Eric.
Yeah.
Keith's in here right now.
All right.
You hear the music, that means the Nasty Boys are headed this way.
Keith Eric, Memphis best kept secret. Huh? That's what he's got on his t-shirt.
Here they come. Here they are. Referee says, let's get it going here. The Nasty Boys hit the ring flying. Keith Robertson and Keith Eric both jumped. Robertson thrown out of the ring. Jerry Stagg drops down with a big broad arm across the back. Look out. It's battling on the floor down here. In the ring, Brian Knobs working on Keith Eric. Keith out of Memphis, Tennessee. Keith Robertson also out of Memphis, Tennessee. The Nasty Boys out of Allentown, PA. Now, Robertson left on the floor down here, and both the Nasty Boys working on Keith Eric. Eric. Double drop. A cover by Brian Knobs.
Over.
Yes, sir, it is over. 48 seconds, the official time on it. The Nasty Boys got here in a hurry. They left in a hurry. And they take a victory with them as they go. Keith Eric and Keith Robertson, boy, they've got to feel like they were hit by a chainsaw as they came rolling in here. Look, you see the double up here. As they pick Keith Eric up in the air, they drop him down. Jerry Stagg backs out of the way. Brian Knobs covers. 1, 2, 3, the referee counts. And Brian Knobs and Jerry Stagg, the Nasty Boys, have themselves a victory in 48 seconds.
Things happen.
That was so quick. Let's go ahead and get another one.
How about that? Hey, we got another one standing by?
Get some more action. And
Let's go.
We've got a guy coming in here right now. Half of the Kansas Jayhawks. A lot of you wrestling fans are familiar with him. Talking about a guy who weighs in about 285 pounds.
Danny
Bobby
Manning.
Jagger.
Oh, Bobby. Oh,
coming in here. Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
That's William the Freezer Thompson up in the ring right now. And Bobby Jaggers will be coming in to face him. Couple of big guys here. Oh, he brought a bullwhip with him.
Got a bullwhip. Great
As
Scott.
he steps up on the ring apron. Jaggers again out of Kansas City, Kansas.
Now, Jerry Calhoun ought to get that whip out of there because that's going to become involved in this match. You mark my word.
Well, it's in a dangerous place. A
Sure is.
hanging at the side of the ring there. Warm-up jacket and the hat's gone. Jerry Calhoun says, let's go. And we're off. Bobby Jagger. Boy, he is a big guy. He actually weighs a little more than the Freezer does. Now, the Freezer, maybe not quite as solidly built as Jaggers. Jaggers dropped down with the upper arm. The referee was maybe questioning if it was pointed at the elbow. Jagger says, don't worry about it. I just dropped down on him. Picks Thompson up by the hair. That was a right fist. That was not legal. Bobby Jagger. Oh. Freezer. Hammered.
Well, that's right across the bridge of the nose, too.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Forearm
smart.
across the bridge. And who knows what's in that arm pad he's got there.
Come on,
too.
William. Get going.
Thompson back on his feet. Not for long. Big broad arm. Hey, look at Thompson battling back. Jaggers popped him with both hands, though.
Hit him, William.
Thompson, wow. He takes a clothesline. Count is 1, 2. This one is over. An impressive debut for Bobby Jaggers. Bobby Jaggers gets the victory over William the Freezer Thompson in 1 minute, 10 seconds. 1:10.
Now,
Look out,
gonna do that
Jaggers
whip?
got
Yeah.
that bull whip. Come on. Yeah, Jerry Calhoun steps in between them while Thompson gets out of the ring. Jaggers still hanging on to the bull whip. And that's it. 1 minute, 10 seconds. The victory for Bobby Jaggers. We'll be back in a moment. Lake, Indiana at the Olytic Community Center Thursday, September 17th. Championship Wrestling will be there, and you buy your tickets in advance and you will save $1. Also coming up on Friday the 25th, Madisonville, Kentucky at Browning Springs Middle School. But coming up in Evansville, Wednesday night, September 16th is the day. Go ahead and mark it on the calendar for Wednesday night. Wheel of Torture matches. Be there on time. You'll want to see the Mighty Goliath, the big guy, taking on Tracy Smothers. Billy Travis goes against the Black Prince. Rock and Roll RPMs against John Paul and Jerry Bryant. Rocky Johnson goes against Big Don Bass. Mid-America title match. In this one, it'll be Jeff Jarrett going against King Carl Fergie. If Jarrett loses, this gives you some idea of the Wheel of Torture matches. If Jarrett loses, he has 24 eggs thrown in his face. On the other hand, if King Carl Fergie loses, he has to run through a 20-man belt line of fans. The Wheel of Torture matches. All of these matches will be Wheel of Torture matches on Wednesday night. The Southern Tag titles will be on the line as the Nasty Boys will be going against Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka. International title on the line. Superstar Bill Dundee will bring the belt down there and put it on the line against Big Bubba. If Dundee loses, not only does he lose the belt, he also must run through a 20-man belt line of fans. If Big Bubba loses, he has to eat right there at ringside a can of dog food. The Wheel of Torture matches coming up Wednesday night in Evansville. Billy Travis is involved in one of those against the Black Prince. And here's a word from Billy right now.
Hello, Evansville. You know, I had the pleasure earlier in the week to spin the Wheel of Torture. Mine ended up as the same as the Prince, Brickhouse Brown, eat a can of dog food. Well, Brickhouse, I'd like to explain something to you. I'm sick of you interfering in matches. My matches, the Nasty Boys matches, everybody's matches. So you think you're going to make me eat a can of dog food? You're full of you-know-what. Because Brickhouse Brown right there in Evansville, Billy Travis is not going to lose that match, and he's going to make you eat a can of dog food.
Expiration of time, tag team action coming up. Jeff Jarrett, Billy Travis on their way to the ring.
Boy, just looking at the size of these guys, Dave, there's no way Travis and Jarrett could win this thing.
Boy, that's true. They're going to be giving away a lot of weight. King Carl Fergie and the Mighty Goliath in the ring with the Prince of the Commission.
What? Watch the moves these guys have.
You got it exactly right. Great athletes here, and Billy Travis and Jeff Jarrett. Referee Jerry Calhoun, I do not envy his task here as he has to keep these guys separated. Boy, Goliath, what a huge guy. I'm continually impressed by his size. He's about 6'8", 6'9", and weighs in at 417 pounds by his lonesome.
What are you supposed to have for breakfast today? And away we go. Come on, Goliath. In or out?
Yeah, who's going to start, Goliath or King Carl? It's going to be Jeff Jarrett, definitely, for his team. And it's going to be King Carl Fergie. Fergie against Jeff Jarrett.
Shot there.
From Billy Travis as he went by. Yes, indeed.
Good boy, Billy.
Well, you don't want to mess around with Jarrett and Travis, I tell you. As you mentioned, they're giving away a lot of weight. That's about all they're giving away here. Billy always wants us to say hi to his mom up in Lexington, Kentucky. He's doing fine. Carl Fergie, he's doing fine, too, if you consider choking Jeff Jarrett doing fine. He had his hand wrapped right around his throat. Jarrett, with a reversal, puts him into the rope, lets him go by. He goes under again. Jeff picks him up. Oh, there he goes. Nice body slam by Jeff Jarrett. Fergie knocked through the rope down to the floor. Goliath was screaming. He had to do something illegal there, he says. Crowd getting behind Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis. Expiration of time match. We're about a minute and a half in.
Goliath's not going in there. I want to see Jeff Jarrett body slam Goliath. Okay. Here we go. King Carl going back to the counting house there.
Carl's had a rough day already.
Under has. He sure enough has.
Well, it's interesting with Carl and Jeff in here against each other. They got a big Wheel of Torture match coming up. special stipulations on that one. If Jeff loses that match, he has 24 eggs thrown in his face. If Fergie loses it, he has to run through a 20-man belt line. Big Goliath in there, though, and King Carl now steps in and says, Goliath.
What do you call that move, Dave?
Not sure.
I'm not either.
Carl was telling him to remain calm.
Yeah, remain calm.
Easy for him to say, huh? Jeff Jarrett back for a mini conference with Billy Travis in the corner. Jeff makes the tag. Billy Travis climbs the ropes. He's on the middle when King Carl goes wandering in, diverts the referee. That worked to his disadvantage, though, as Billy was able to hammer Goliath coming off the rope. Billy just leapfrogs over him. Oh, he's got a fly body slam. You're a good man, Billy, but I don't know if you're going to be able to do that or not. 417 pounds worth, the mighty Goliath. Big hammer across the back, a telephone pole. A boot to the midsection. King Carl Fergie with a right fist flying. 3 minutes gone in the fall. Uh-oh. Oh, great move. Moved out of the way. Now, here comes Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett battling both of them. Pop their heads together. Jeff with the right hand. King Carl staggered. The Prince from outside. Get it, Jeff, get it. Jeff leaves and heads after the Prince. Prince is in the ring. Referee doesn't see him. King Carl rolled down. Look out, the Prince is right there. He nails Jeff from behind. Your fighting shot. Disqualification it's going to be. Jeff and Billy are going to win the fall as the Prince is in the ring. Look at the Prince up on the rope. Jeff moves out of the way. The Prince nails King Carl. Get it. 3 minutes, 52 seconds to time. Jeff Jarrett, Billy Travis have themselves a first fall victory. We'll check the time. Be back in a moment.
Get another fall going on. I wish we did, but boy, we had some matches today. The first one, Don Bass and David Wilson. Bass 300 and some pounds, Wilson 182, and Bass he just punished the poor devil. Really a sorry display, I thought. I hope we don't see that again for a while. Then the Rock and Roll RPMs did pretty much the same thing to Ed Maddox and Greg Jones. Rock and Roll RPMs, really a devastatingly effective tag team. They're really tough. Then the Nasty Boys over Roberson and Eric, an outstanding match, and a guy named Bobby Jaggers. Dave, he says he's pretty tough, and after watching him, I think he might be right. Yeah. Then Jarrett and Travis.